Greetings, made for TV hippies, and welcome to Geek Salad episode. Oh, wait, not episode. No, sorry, I'm podcast mode there. Geek Salad retro review. I'm Mike. Yeah, as you noticed, Andy is not here. He is on a much-needed vacation. But fortunately, I was joined by these wonderful people here and here.
Oh, sorry. I was so excited I was stretching.
So we've got Triv here, and we've got Kurt over here.
The Midwesterners are taking over. You the New Englanders are outnumbered.
Yes, my little New England self here is outnumbered this time.
Hell yeah, it is.
But yeah, we are here to continue kind of a long delayed end to Mystery Science Theater 3000. And we all decided that we wanted to do an episode that doesn't really get enough love, I think. And that is episode 614, San Francisco International.
With big B actors roar.
Yeah, pretty much. If you have a TV actor from like the 60s or 70s, they were in this movie.
Yeah. Pernell Roberts is the main character, second Trapper John. Not the good Trapper John, Wayne Rogers from MASH, but the crappy Trapper John from Trapper John MD.
Yes.
And Dana Elcar from MacGyver gets into a huff with a made-for-TV hippie.
And what a freaking hippie! My God, he's like, oh, he's long hair and dirty. It's like he looks
not even
like
that long haired.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to a Mo from the Three Stooges convention.
His hair is about like down to here. It wasn't that long.
I had longer hair,
and it's
than
a
that
damn
dude,
bowl
so
cut.
Yeah.
But he's got a guitar.
Oh my God!
He's wearing beads. So yeah.
Diet gum.
Tap Hunter.
I did not know. Gum. I did not know diet gum was a thing.
Yeah.
AIDS. It was called in the 80s. It was called AIDS. AIDS. I'm not lying to you.
You're
Look
right.
it up. It's a real thing. I wish I was lying.
Also, really fun fact. So Jim Conrad, the guy that Parnell Roberts. Sorry, I was thinking Pharrell Williams.
I was wrong too, damn it.
But Lloyd Bridges picked up, because this was a TV movie and it became the pilot. It was a pilot for the actual show, and Lloyd Bridges played the Jim Conrad role, and then he became a comedy actor in Airplane, playing this role, which is amazing. I didn't know that, and I was like, ah!
Yeah. I know Airplane. I know Airplane is a spoof of 0 Hour. But in part of my heart, it's a spoof of this movie. Come on.
I mean,
Airplane
I think
had more of a climax, a better climax in this movie.
That's what she said.
Boom, boom, boom.
No, that's not what she said on this.
I mean, I do think that Airplane kind of spoofed, because there were so many of these Airplane movies in the 70s. There was 70, there was 72 and 75 and 77, and is just
was it Concorde 77?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's one where they ended up on the bottom of the ocean, for God's sake. But they're all kinds of special.
That genre really jumped the shark.
Yeah, well, I had to, because some of the things that went down in this were just shark jumping worthy, I think.
I watching it again yesterday. It had been a while since I've seen it. I forget, it is such a strong riffing episode.
It is.
So many bangers on this one.
Oh, yeah.
TV movie, the TV movies that they did on MST, which is this, or Codename Diamond Head, or what was that? Another TV
Master
movie.
Ninja.
Master Ninja was a TV movie, yeah. They're all prime riffing material because they're lower budget than a main blockbuster movie. So it's just
one of my favorite episodes of season 8 is Riding with Death.
Ooh.
Riding with Death with Ben Murphy.
I
almost picked that one too, because that one's my favorite of the Mike era. Is Master Ninja theme song. Thanks, Hogan. Oh jeez. Oh yeah, this one's it's so, I don't know. there's so much like melodrama there between Nancy Malone also in Twilight Zone, which she's going to be in an episode Triv, you and Nick and Jacob are doing in the 5th season. The one where the people wake up in the doll town or whatever in like the latter half of the 5th season of Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
she's in yeah.
Actually,
agreed. 100%.
Yeah, it is hard to argue with. That is such a great episode.
Now return to Billy Madison.
But it's kind of weird, actually. The one of the senators on the plane at the very beginning was also the scientist guy in Atomic Brain.
Oh.
In fact, this was his very last movie. He died like 7 months later.
Really?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I was going to say, there's actually, looking at the MST wiki, there's a lot of people from this movie that show up in other like MST episodes. Like, it's amazing how many do.
Mm-hmm.
They are absolutely brutal to that little kid, though, but in the best way possible.
But he's like Cousin Oliver, honestly. Like just the whole bit with the "I love you, Windbreaker." Just laugh my ass off every time.
Always have Battlestar Galactica; they'll never be canceled. Also, can we talk about how he steals a plane, and then at the end of it, when he lands, his parents just get back together. It's like, in what universe does this make sense? That kid just broke like about probably a handful of laws. Just sneaking on the tarmac and stealing a plane. That's a lot of laws to break.
Yeah, that happens nowadays. As soon as he lands, he's on the tarmac, facing the ground.
Oh yeah,
cuffs are on.
You're going to get Mo.
He would have gotten more stuff than the actual hijack or the thief guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's just so again, I love the the one thief dude who stays in the hotel with David Hartman's wife looks like Danny Don Meredith. and then they made a Fred Garvin male prostitute SNL reference. Dan Aykroyd's character.
I love how he just pushes the buttons like, now you walk in.
Like,
turn the knob and it pops out. But,
gosh!
I actually kind of did a deep dive into the guy who kidnaps his wife, who, by the way, is not a very good actor. Every single line is he's so forced.
He was there for his looks.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
No,
I didn't say it was good looks.
Like good looks. Like he's a henchman. He's got to have bad looks.
No, but
I looked. Exactly. I did a deep dive into that actor. Don't do a deep dive into the actor.
I unfortunately know about what he did because I love the movie Fletch, and he is in Fletch.
Yeah, he
murdered a guy.
Oh
yeah, in like 2004, he walks into a bar, gets a little bit too drunk. Well, I guess like one of the bartenders or so kicks him out, goes back to his house, gets a gun, comes back, kills the bartender, shoots another guy, and then gets arrested and he dies in prison.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hell of a way to go out, and it all started because of San Francisco International Airport.
How many people has this movie killed?
Several.
Or more so, how many careers has this movie killed?
Several.
Well, luckily it didn't kill Clu Gulager's because the next year, because this is 1970, next year he's in Last Picture Show, and I think he might win an Oscar for Last Picture Show. He won the Best Picture that year.
Yeah, Clu Gulager, not Clu Gallagher.
It's a name so good you got to say it twice.
And Gulliver's Travels.
And of course, Tab Hunter. Let's split that tab.
Yeah. Cover me in Tab.
Tab is just, I don't know what he did after this. Up until 82, he did a couple. Polyester came out in 82. So he did a couple cult movies. He did Polyester with John Waters, and then he did Grease 2. He was the teacher singing about pollination.
Oh.
Which, if you've seen Grease 2, which no.
I've never seen the second one.
Don't. It's not good. The only person who likes it's M from Verbal Diorama, and that's about it. Let's see what I got here.
More power to her.
Bro, the Rush albums joke. Yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic. And the follow-up
by Rush.
The fact that there were two of those, that was fantastic. And it just goes to show, like, and we've talked about this before, but like the spectrum of jokes, like, they cover everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my favorite line, the one that just like had me absolute dying, was "I made for TV, love you."
David Hartman, your guaranteed TV movie seal.
There was one that was the guy with the diet gum. He says, or they say, "Oh, it's not a black eye; it's an eye of color." That joke just.
Yes. I saw him on. I just remember this because I posted this on the MST3K subreddit. I saw him in an episode one time, last year, in an episode of Mannix. Just the same bald. It was like 1967, so he's like bald headed still.
Dana Elcar?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a sheriff on an episode of Mannix. And,
oh my God.
Like in 1967, 68, something like that. I can't remember what year it was, but it was on. I was like watching. I'm like, hey, I know that dude. He was on San Francisco International.
Yeah, I knew him long before I saw this episode because he was one of the co-leads of MacGyver, the original Richard Dean Anderson MacGyver.
You know, he reminds me of the guy from Commish. That's not the guy from Commish.
Michael Chiklis.
No.
Oh, not Michael Chiklis?
No, he played the Commish, but he looks like him, but I'm pretty sure it's not him because that's about 10 years. He would have been much younger at that point, obviously.
Yeah, Dana Elcar actually, they actually incorporated this into plots of later episodes of MacGyver. I freaking love MacGyver.
Oh, yeah,
but Dana Elcar eventually actually developed glaucoma, and they actually integrated that into the MacGyver show.
Was that actually him? No.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. The actor actually developed glaucoma, and then they actually gave his character glaucoma. And
okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and so like towards like the last couple of seasons or so, he kind of was moved off because he couldn't see anymore.
Right. He lacked vision.
Yeah. I also made a joke. I also wrote down on my notes "doughy guy" about him. Guys, what are doughy guys? Yeah. What else? The Urkel gag is great because topical.
Yeah.
The Urkel, that's like, I think because the first the opening host segments I love, the whole construction workers, and then the board gag. I love the board gag.
Well, board gag's such a classic prop comic type of Three Stooges bit. Yeah.
But then
I'm just going to add. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Just the Urkel thing is just so out of left field. I think even Paul Chaplin in the Amazing Colossal Episode Guide was like, yeah, I don't know why we did that.
I do love how it ended. The fact that everybody, they're like, hey, Santa, hey, this person, that person, all of a sudden Torgo comes in and he's like, I don't get it. And that just buzzkills everything. It is such a great ending. I think it probably could have done with 2 segments as compared to 3, but nevertheless, the way that thing ends, I had forgotten a lot about this episode specifically. I forgot how good it was.
I mean, that kind of follows Urkel's actual trajectory, where everyone was like, "Wow, he's far funny," and then finally someone was like, "Oh, he's not that funny," and I was like,
"No,
yeah, he's right. He's not that funny."
Yeah. Family Matters is so funny. No, it is not.
No. It went for way too long, solely because of Urkel.
Oh, absolutely.
What else I write? Oh, the close-up shots, the movie, the beginning of it when Pernell Roberts telling them about the plane. It's just the close-up shots of the chief and the secretary and it's just like duh, duh, duh. It's like, okay, we can get it. You can get it. You got the zoom. You can do the zoom. You don't need to do the zoom.
Yeah, and then later on they just show everybody, every single cast member. It's like, okay,
lots more around the horn.
Did you need to show everybody in the movie? Okay, sure, go ahead.
The whole meaningful glances thing was.
God. Oh yeah, musically got so poignant. Oh, the brown filter. Oh, and the whole movie had that 70s polluted
God, yeah.
look to it. Like everything had it was like even like the interiors of the airport had smog.
Yeah.
And it was like good God. It's like I know like earth tones were very popular in the 70s, but you didn't need to make your movies out of earth tones. Just make refrigerators and ovens out of them.
Exactly. And then the airplane takes off. They got that huge thing of smoke behind it. That's an EVA private plane.
Did you guys ever see the cinematic Titanic episode of Legacy of Blood? Like that's got that same thing going on, almost to the extreme, because it is so brown. Like it takes like there's a ham at one point, and it looks like it's rotted. It's so absolutely.
Hey.
Woohoo! I have this set too. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
although the first bunch, like the first half, I love. Second half, I'm like, it starts getting a little bit too 70s horror-tastic for me.
Yeah, fair. But just with that one specifically, it takes that brown filter to like an entirely new level. Like it I don't know, it just makes you think shit basically. And Mel Brooks's head on like Arnold Schwarzenegger's body at one point, but that is another story for another day.
Oh God, it's just I don't know if it's just because of like the lower budget, they just couldn't even do like a nice proper film stock. I don't know if it's the film stock. I don't know if it's like just the era around the airport in the 1970s or what, but it just looks bad.
It might be the age of it too.
Shot kind of well.
I think this is just a pilot, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't care. Get it on the film, and then see if the studio likes it, and if so, we'll get rid of Parnell Roberts and get in." Lloyd
this time, my lungs were aching for air. Hey, Mike Nelson. Hey, Tom Servo. No, I mean, never mind.
The whole
70s parents were so careless.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, they left the kid alone in an airport. Like seriously, I don't know. He's probably like 15 or 16. Leave a kid up alone in an airport. Even in the 70s, you don't do
Captain
that.
Hattie was going to show him the way.
Oh gosh. Oh,
it was though. Like he was way too excited about airplanes for the age that he was portraying. Like that excitement as like a 10-year-old is one thing, but that excitement as whatever he is, 14 or 16, is it should have been two different characters, like angry, rebellious, I'm gonna run away and fly away, or whatever.
Yeah. But they probably didn't have a budget for another kid.
Yeah.
We're going for one kid. Now, Robbie Royce isn't a star yet, so we can't get him. Can't get Cousin Oliver in this movie.
It's like, okay, we need a kid that is able to be breastfed, that is excited about planes, and that can fly a plane. Well, you'll take care of it. We'll nix the third plot.
I think
that's another thing. There's too many plots in this movie. Like at the end, it's like three. There's three final. It's like I thought Stripes was bad with 2 final acts. This movie has 3 of them. It has the resolve of the thieves, the boy landing the plane, and what was the third one?
The senators.
Oh, the senators. Yeah. It's like
they can't play baseball very well, can they?
No. That's why they moved to Minnesota. Too many plots make a sloppy TV movie, and that's.
I think that's why this movie kind of works really well for me too, because it has like it's jumping between plots so much that you don't have to spend any time like kind of delving too deeply into one, because you're just bouncing to another in another second.
Yeah. Well, hell, you throw in the story of the hippie and the diet gum guy. I mean,
there's 4 plots there.
Yeah, at the very least, in the course of an hour 20 thing. I mean, it's Well,
it makes me wonder how many plots they had in each episode of the actual series.
7.
I don't know.
It was 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only ran for 7.
It literally went to 7 episodes, and then it got canceled because nobody watched it.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, if you don't include the pilot, it only went for 6 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna. Yeah. Lloyd Bridges are voicing you when we go to series.
Yeah, it went from October to December of 1970, and that's it.
That does surprise me, though. You would think with the and maybe, I guess, I know a little bit about the TV movie / pilot thing, but it seems like you would want the people that are in the TV movie to be in the movie or in the show as well. That way you gain that understanding. There was only one guy that stuck around from the TV movie to the actual show.
Cougar, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a paycheck.
True.
Yeah.
I just mean from a perspective of, we're gonna put you in
Continuity.
this thing and then no one's gonna ever see your face again.
Yeah.
Be like the guy from Highway to Heaven, walking down the road. Sad music and
I mean the whole conversation between the husband and wife. That whole conversation made no sense whatsoever. It's like, I don't want you to change. I want you to change. I want to spend more time with you. I want you to do your job still.
I will also add in that section there was I didn't catch it the first time I watched this, but it is like a really small riff, but it made me laugh my ass off. There's a guy walking through the background. He says, "Oh, I'm not in this scene," and it's just like it is a tiny little riff. But I love background stuff. It's some of my favorite because it's just random.
Actually, one thing I did pick up on yesterday, and I watched it again today right before we started recording because I watched it with the commercials. I noticed there was a little bit of a kind of a blooper towards near the end in the last third of it. Mike asked to make he makes a reference about some TV cop or whatever, but you can hear him ask Kevin, like, is this? And then he actually makes the quote. You got to pick up on it, but you can actually do hear him say, he starts making the joke, and he's like, yeah, and he actually makes a joke.
Brannigan and Brannigan and Cole and Brannigan and something else had to save Kolchak.
Yes, yeah.
Brannigan and oh shoot, there was another TV cop. It's Brannigan. Someone else has to save Kolchak.
Because I think he starts making it. I think he starts making the joke early, and then I think Crow does his actual joke, and so then he's double checking. Do we do it now? Yeah, okay. And then he says it.
Nice.
Yeah, I love these the 70s TV movie episodes because there's just so many references to 70s television in them, and it's just amazing to me. Yeah, had it been a real emergency, I wouldn't have done Trapper John. I'd never spake a member of the Ponderosa.
I wonder if Parnell's gonna be able to know his father in this movie too.
Also, is he wearing a wig in this? Because they say he's wearing a rug, and I don't know if he is or isn't. Parnell Roberts is wearing a wig.
They bring it up a couple times. There's another one where it's like a toupee and gray weave coming this fall or something like that.
Yeah, they make a lot of jokes about Parnell wearing a toupee. So yeah, I'm guessing yes.
Okay.
Well, according to the trivia on the actual movie, he was actually a complete and utter POS to work with.
I've heard that from numerous people, actually. I've heard that he is not out of all of the members of Ponderosa, he was the most despicable. Hey, Parnell Roberts.
What else that guy? Oh, well, Mega Weapon making its appearance. Mega Weapon!
Wow! I didn't realize he survived until 2010. I thought he died long.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember I was in high school when he passed away. I remember that because
now I just feel old.
Fortunately, not as old as him.
David Hartman's not too good for this movie. Yeah, David Hartman was not too. Yeah, Clu Gulger was. David Hartman was not too good for this movie. Nose wheel feels mushy. All kinds of girly stuff. They make fun of his ears the entire time, and at the end, when they're doing awesome. the last host segment or whatever, and Trace's got the ears just keep getting bigger when they cut back from the Satellite of Love to Deep 13 is just big, and it's
combing the ear hair. David Hartman's an ugly man.
Yes.
He was in a TV movie of It's a Wonderful Life.
Really?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
What is like? Do I have anything else?
The whole opening politics thing or the political debate. Oh my God! All I could think. It's like, okay, well, that's essentially what we had not that long ago.
You just had that last week. You're a kindergarten baby. Wash your face with gravy. Wrap it up a bubblegum and mail it to the baby.
Are you saying you've never tubed to the deal with Sally Jesse Raphael?
You refuse to even learn about Wake Dale.
Can you say that this country does not need a multifunction lawn attachment?
Oh, God. You must have a multi-attachment.
Dill is a good spice. I will not have it maligned.
Well, I guarantee if that debate the other night was like that, more people would have watched.
Yes, but it's good to know that they don't change. What was then and now, it's not so very different, relatively speaking.
Oh boy! Well, I'm out of notes. I'm out of notes to talk about because I think I hit every one of my.
Well,
the bathroom phones. We need more men's room bathroom phones. Tab Hunter.
Did you know that Wake Me Up was about Vietnam? I'm firm on this point.
It was about Bangladesh.
I couldn't get captions, and I couldn't figure out what exactly they were taught, like what the second half of that was. And it's like I went back and listened a couple times, but I could not get it for my life.
Honestly, that's one of my favorite bloopers from the blooper reel, though.
Wake you up before me go.
Yeah. Ding! Can we try again?
Oh God! Speaking of someone had posted this on the MST3K subreddit. Someone had found the original VHS tapes that they had sold during like the Christmas, when they would have the Christmas marathon on Comedy Central after they released Poopy and the MST scrapbook. Mm-hmm. Someone had found both these tapes at a secondhand store, like a Goodwill or a St. Vincent de Paul store, for like 50 cents.
Oh wow!
It's like if you have a VCR, that's a freaking steal because those MST the first Poopy is just hilarious. Second one's really funny too.
Yeah.
But the MST scrapbook I've seen a couple times on YouTube, and it's a really, really interesting look from the KTMA days till when Frank left before they did MST3K the movie. And it's a really good behind the scenes, like they showed like them doing the riffing where Santa Claus conquers the Martians, where he's like they're in front of the blue screen with the silhouettes, or when they're doing the Patrick Swayze Christmas host segment. But yeah, also check that out if you haven't yet. It's available to watch on YouTube.
Nice.
And Poopy 2 is
somewhere around here.
Nice.
You have a VCR.
I do actually. It's not plugged in or hooked up, and I don't know if it actually works, but I do have one.
Yay! Oh, Hogan's got a VCR as well.
Oh.
All right, Hogan.
Nice.
That's again. I think I didn't bring this up when we did Monster a Go-Go, but what I love so much about the show is just like the utter willingness to tape off of television and just send it around the country. To keep circulating the tapes.
That's how I got most of my tapes. How I watched most of the episodes is because I only got into it. I think my first episode was Mitchell, so I only got into the mic area. So, I would just go on to the internet through my dial-up at the time. And I'd find people that are just sending the tapes out, and I'd ask for them, and I'd just get a whole bunch of just random episodes.
Yeah.
But is Mitchell Mittens, or is he Martha Mitchell?
He's Martha Mitchell.
Ah.
No, I think it's the Rafa Buddha.
My apartment.
But that's how a lot of good cult stuff survives. Like Deathbed, the reason that survived was because someone made a random tape at a distributor over in the UK. And it literally traveled the world. Oh my God.
110. Jeez, Hogan.
That's incredible. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, I'm not against piracy per se, but kudos for you to atone for your sins, Hogan.
Exactly. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We're scum. We suck.
We suck.
I've backed a few of the Kickstarters myself, so good on you, Hogan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was just such a it's amazing, just such a cultural phenomenon that this show was for comedy, and it's such a shame that I don't know if it's a rights issue. They don't show old MST on Comedy Central anymore, which is just a travesty. But they did bring Penn Jillette back to do the voiceover on Comedy Central, so it's kind of like the 90s, but not as funny as what Comedy Central was in the 90s.
Well, all they do is reruns. I mean,
reruns of Seinfeld, The Office, and shitty Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. But now we've got the YouTube channel, so
absolutely,
and the Pluto channel, and I think they're on Roku's
Tubi as
live streaming.
Yeah,
Tubi's
and Shout TV. Yeah, Shout TV, and
they're definitely on Roku.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So, I think we've pretty much covered San Francisco International quite well, unless you guys have something else to say about it.
Well, I will say this, and it's a very important thing that I think everybody needs to hear. Be sure to worship at the airport of your choice this Sunday and every Sunday. Our ushers will be coming around to collect for the Roy Rogers. No. Roy somebody or another foundation.
The Will Rogers. Will Rogers Foundation.
Will Rogers what? What is Will Rogers going to do? I know.
What did Will Rogers do? I try to, because the only thing I remember about Will Rogers is the airport in Oklahoma City is named after him.
Oh, he's like a charity guy, but I just
yeah. I just don't remember what. Yeah,
Roy Rogers was the fast food guy.
Oh, Roy Rogers was like a cowboy actor back in the.
Oh, was he? Who am I thinking of?
Yes,
then he went into the fast food thing.
All right, then go check out Bob Evans, because make sure to worship at your local Bob Evans as well as your local airport.
Or Golden Corral.
The Golden Corral too. Weirdly enough, that is their new slogan. Just don't lick the chocolate fountain, because you don't know where your tongue has been.
Yeah. Golden Corral.
All right.
It's edible.
Yes.
Kind
of. Better than eating your shoe.
Sure. Sure. Why not?
Why
not? All right. Kurt, did you have anything else to talk about?
No, I got nothing. Just never don't break into on the tarmacs and steal airplanes if you're a kid. And
but go ahead and do it if you're an adult.
Yeah.
If you're an adult, go ahead and do that, because you're going to get on the news and you're going to get famous.
You're gonna die down there.
Oh, we can talk about the cheap screws.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the dummy screws.
How did Parnell figure that out so quickly?
Because he's Parnell Roberts, and the laws of mortal men do not apply to him.
You see, what he lacks in hair, he makes up for the ability to understand cheap screws. Trick screws. All the screws.
He was just a ball full of smug this entire movie. He really was.
My job, my way. My Atlanta.
Yes.
That was a great stinger for it, too. My job, my way.
My job, my way.
That was good. You know what I will say about this for both of you? Your the decor behind you is not very airporty, and I very much appreciate that.
Well, I gotta get that Dune poster you sent me. I mean, it's just.
But that's not really airporty or airplaney.
No, but it's a better movie than this.
Well, that's not saying much.
By leaps and every movie behind me is a better movie than every movie poster that surrounds me is a better movie than this movie.
All I got is this.
Yay!
I think that was a Christmas gift or a birthday gift from Andy one time.
Oh, nice.
Aw.
So
one thing
you can't see behind me. I got my Tom Servo, my Crow Funko figures right behind my.
Nice.
My Tom Servo.
I don't have. You have your Tom Servo Crow.
Nice.
Mine
are hidden by this weird Urkel thing, this weird Urkel moment going on.
You're darn right. You're darn right.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Oh, yeah. Shoot.
Right. We can say many things about this movie, but I think that it does. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah. Good on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Oh yeah, the Twitch stream. Twitch stream, yeah.
Oh yeah, Twitch stream's always on 24 hours a day. Yeah.
Nice. Isn't there one for the Mads as well? I guess it's Dumb Industries that has all their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
They also do Mary Jo stuff, so But the one thing you can say about this movie, as well as all the movies behind you and all the movies behind you, and this is a deep cut, but they all pass the Bat Pussy test.
Oh no, not Bat Pussy. We do not talk about that movie at all.
You don't. Best not to ask.
If you've never seen Bat Pussy, don't.
Never even heard about it.
Don't. It's not. I think Ray Dennis Steckler, the guy who did Monster, not Monster Go, Incredibly Strange Creatures, became. Yeah. I think Ray Dennis Steckler did Bat Pussy.
You think? I don't think they know, do they?
Okay.
Maybe?
No, they don't. No, you're thinking Bat the Wild World of Batwoman. This is the thing that Dan uses to judge bad versus good movies.
Oh, okay. Our friend Dan, who does from TYTD Reviews, he's a big believer in Bat Pussy.
Yes. Basically, I will explain off camera, but it's a thing, and you can always tell. You can tell if a movie is good or bad based on that scale. So
cool, good to know.
Yes.
All right, so I think we're going to be wrapping up here. Thank you for everyone that was tuning in, and thank you for everyone that watches us. I'm gonna try and remember this because he normally does all the wrap up things. So you can find us.
We got plug.
Okay. Go ahead, Kurt. First, you
can find me on Twitter, on Blue Sky at Swayze of Arabia. You can find me on Letterboxd, which is linked to my Twitter and my Blue Sky account, which I just did reviews for a canon movie called Street Smart with Christopher Reeve, Ghost World, and what's the other one? Oh, I just did Suburban Commando with Hulk Hogan. It's not good.
I've watched that movie.
I watched it religiously as a kid, and I was not good. I was not kind to it.
That's okay though.
I am on Instagram at Swayze_of_Arabia, where if you want to see what movies I'm watching, I normally post them in my stories, or if you want to see what photos I'm taking, they're there. Do I have anything else I got to plug? I'm thinking about. I set up a Discord server back when Elon Musk bought Twitter, just in case it went down. I'm thinking about restarting that again because I got higher speed internet, so I can start movie streaming now. Because I've done a couple of one Discord server Triv and I are on, and I might start showing some movies that I have on my hard drive, like Star Wars and stuff like that. So if I do that, if you follow me on Twitter or on Blue Sky, keep your eye out for that. That's all my pluggables.
What is the Star Wars of which you speak? Never heard of it.
It's kind of it's this little movie right here.
Nice.
That little independent movie.
Yeah,
it looks like a movie that's just it's just Flash Gordon.
It'll never make it. No,
we'll never go anywhere. Never amount to diddly.
Yes. Star Trek has it be. Nothing'll beat. Star Trek.
Yeah.
Does Star Wars have whales? I think not.
No, they don't. They might have whales. They might have giant slugs, but they don't have anything else.
Actually, they do in the Clone Wars. They do in the Clone Wars animated series. They do, and they were in the last the space whales.
They were in last Rebels as well.
Yeah, and they were in that last episode. That last episode of Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't remember what the species is, but they are technically space whales that can jump to light speed, creating creating their own Mass Effect field.
Ooh. Now I'm gonna have to check out Ahsoka. I've got to add that to my list of stuff, which isn't long at all. And that's what she probably said. Anyway, you can find my stuff here on YouTube, Trivial Theater. Do random, obscure, and straight or bad movies. I just did Scream Queen, which is a Linnea Quigley lost media piece, which is pretty funny. Also, I'm ramping up for Riffstravaganza, which Kurt is part of. It's basically
we're gonna watch a lot of educational sex shorts.
So basically, it's PSA riffing a la MST3K or riff tracks, whichever you prefer. It's cut down, so you're not having a lot of blank space because we're not as good at riffing as riff tracks. But it should be a good time. I've got a lot of amazing creators and a lot of awesome friends of the channel that are joining. Hogan is also one of them. So it'll be kind of an on and off thing over the next year. And yeah, it should be a grand old time.
Excellent. Actually, I had to watch a safety video at work today about ladder safety.
Ooh.
20 minutes long.
Ooh.
Like, how do you talk about ladders for 20 minutes?
You'd be surprised.
And they found a way.
Shake hands with danger.
It felt like shake hands with danger, but with like CG images instead of
no cool practical injuries. Just a bunch of
nobody lost a hand.
Yeah.
Safety videos are so much fun to make fun of.
They are.
Just
shake hands with danger.
Just to make fun of the safety dance, all right?
Oh, no.
We're gonna have words.
Hey, you know what? We can dance if we want to. We can leave our friends behind. But if you don't dance, well, you're no friend of mine. Exactly. We can dance.
We can dance.
And without hats. Also,
everybody, look at your pants. I kid. No. Look at your hands.
Also referenced in Overjoyed of the Memory Bank.
Oh yeah.
Because they're wearing hats.
They're no Devo, but that's okay.
No. All right, cool. So yeah, as for Geek Salad, you can find us on YouTube at Geek Salad Podcasts. You can find us on Facebook at Geek Salad Podcast or Radio. I think podcast.
I think it's Geek Salad Radio.
Right. Well, I know it's on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Threads at Geek Salad Radio. Andy is usually the one taking care of that one, and he actually is posting on vacation. So, thank you, Andy.
We love you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Andy.
Miss you, Andy. Can't wait to see you back. And your cats are doing fine. They're swarming every time I go over to feed them.
Aww.
Yeah, it's so cute. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's it. So until next time, keep watching the planes. Here I go.